are you?
I'm really good. So good to see you.
So good to see you. So good to finally meet you in person.
Yeah.
I would love to talk about your new song, A Year to the Day.
Yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit about the story behind it?
Of course. Well, about 13 months ago, my daughter was in this terrible accident. She's actually here. She's my date tonight.
Aw,
I know, it's really cute.
so sweet.
And she was a terrible accident, and it really looked like she wasn't going to make it. And then we saw like this kind of crazy turnaround, last minute miracle. And she made a full recovery, and she's doing really good. So that song for me was probably the hardest song I ever written, but it only took like 2 hours. Like
Yeah.
it just kind of spilled out in tears, and it was therapy, to be honest. And yeah, so it kind of is a diary entry essentially of that day and everything that transpired. But then right at the end, the kind of miracle that we saw. So sorry, I'm crying. Yeah, so I'm really happy to just get it out there, and hopefully it helps somebody else that's going through something like that. But really, it was probably for me. Like I needed to process that, and I've been in therapy the whole year, but it's like it doesn't matter how many times I talk about it. It's still like this crazy thing. But yeah. Anyway, and what I think is cool is that there's space for that at the minute. It feels like the genre is really kind of broadening. It feels like maybe we don't even need to call it a genre anymore. Like maybe those walls are kind of coming down, and there's room for all these different kinds of expressions and sounds and storytelling. And yeah, I think that's really exciting.
Yeah, and I'd love to talk about your storytelling because I feel like you use a lot of poetry in your songs.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, could you talk about just kind of the importance of having that in there?
Yeah, I grew up in Ireland. I don't know if you can tell, my accent's kind of gone. But yeah. So poetry and storytelling, it's kind of like in the culture, like my dad was a songwriter, so I grew up watching him, writing songs for our local church. And so I think for me, it's always been this like, all right, with songwriting, what's the core message I'm trying to communicate? Like, I like teaching, actually. Like, a weird, like, kind of other hobby I have. So, like, what's the thing I'm trying to teach here? Like, what's the core message? And then how do I wrap that in a way that is, really as poetic as I can make it, and is visceral, and like will take you on that journey so that you feel the sentiment of whatever I'm trying to communicate. And hopefully by the end of it, if you've written that song well, which doesn't always happen, but we try our best, someone will feel something and maybe be moved a little closer to whatever that core idea was. And if that core idea was something that I think reflects, God and the divine ultimately, then maybe it'll make that person's life a little bit better, So that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. And yeah, I love it. It's like an obsession, a passion, a addiction. I don't know. It's like, I love it.
Beautiful. I love it. And tell me a little bit about your album Sold Out Sincerely. It was released last year. Just tell me a little bit about like the inspiration behind it, maybe a favorite song or two from it.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it got nominated for Worship Album of the Year, which blew my mind because it's not really there was some worship songs in there, but there's also some like, there was a bit of everything. There was some storytelling. There was like some wild songs on there. So it was kind of like the second stage of like a processing journey for me. Some interesting things happened with the church I was a part of. I've been doing this for a little bit now and just had my own disenfranchisement and different things that I was working through. And that was kind of the album on the other side of it, a little bit. Like there's still a little bit of like tension in there, but mostly it was like, all right, I feel like we're landing here. I feel like things are good, I think. And so, yeah, that's where that album kind of shaped up for me. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of everyone that I got to work with and the music we got to make together and how people have responded to it. I love the cover art. It actually got my brother, one of my best friends, Jay, they run a marketing agency that did my cover.
Oh, cool.
And it got nominated as well. So like that was really cool to get to do that together. And yeah.
Well, I love the album. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'd like to talk a little bit about like what inspires you to keep going, because you mentioned how like the church you were part of experienced some changes. I feel like the music industry is even changing a lot lately. So yeah, what like keeps you motivated in all of this?
Yeah. I think it's what has always motivated me is that like songwriting thing where it's like, how do we take these ideas that are in us, put them to music and allow them to help someone, you know, like, so I said my dad was a songwriter. I grew up watching him, you know, writing on a notepad in the living room, and then we would try those songs in church. We're part of Salvation Army, so he would like, they would get arranged for choirs and brass band, and I would watch that happen. And I was like, that's really cool. I was like a 9-year-old or whatever. But then every now and then you'd look around and you'd see someone like with a tear in their eye, right? And even as a kid, I was like, oh wow, this music thing, it's not just entertainment. It's like, it's an instrument for change. It's like, I think it's a conduit for whatever you put in it,
Yeah.
right? And you could put like some bad stuff in there. You can put hit. You can put like sex, drugs, rock and roll. Like you could put that stuff in the conduit,
Yeah.
and that's what's going to influence people. But what I love about this room of people, and I guess what I endeavor towards, is that the thing that we're putting through that is love and grace and compassion, and you walk away from it feeling a little more okay about the hardships in your life, and ultimately maybe that music could help someone find the person of Jesus, which the most beautiful thing. So yeah, I think that's what helps me. Is music is a conduit, and we have a chance of putting something in it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Really
No, of course.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to say your music has inspired me so much, and I'm in
thank you.
college right now.
Yeah.
And just like putting on your worship album, even when I'm like not necessarily feeling like
Yeah.
worshiping, it gets me through my day. So I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. No,
Have a good
thank you.
night.
Yeah, you too.